This is the Elliott Confidential podcast. I'm Christopher Elliott, and I'm joined by Aiden Elliott, Aaron Elliott, and a very, very special guest. It's Dustin Elliott.
Hello. Hi. Glad to be here. My honor.
Dustin is the artist. Everyone knows Dustin because he's been doing the art for Elliott Confidential since almost the very beginning. And Dustin, tell us, what are you doing here?
This is a pleasure visit. I wanted to visit Greece for a long time because my origins originate from that area.
Ancestral healing.
And ours too.
Yeah. Yes. Ancestral healing. Yeah. I was kindly invited enough to come and visit, and this is a one stop on my way up through Europe from going to Austria, and then I'm going up to Finland. So this is a one stop of many.
So I should say that you are an art student. You're starting your second year in the MFA program at Illinois State University.
I am.
And you're fending off the postmodernists and trying to make it through.
I am. Yes, I am, and I'm a little bit. I need to maybe get some food here, but it is. It's stressful. Postmodern. I'm not a fan of postmodernism. I'm not a fan of Derrida or Foucault. And it's a struggle.
In this podcast, we're going to talk about. Actually, you just revealed our big secret is where we are. We're in Athens, Greece. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we arrived here and the shock of getting here and arriving in an apartment that we did not expect. And then we actually got saved by a friend here in Athens, and now we're in a much better place. It sounds like we've all died. We're not dead yet.
No.
And actually, on an interesting sidebar, someone left a message on my answering machine saying that he heard a rumor that I was dead, and he wondered if I was, which is kind of weird because if someone left a message saying, "Are you dead?" and you responded and you said, "Hi, this is Chris calling back. I am actually dead. Sorry, bye."
Why would anyone ever get that idea?
That would be a weird thing, wouldn't it?
I don't know, maybe you lost a lot of weight and they saw some pictures and are like, "Oh no, is this guy terminally ill?"
No.
That's what you look like when you lose a lot of weight.
There was a rumor that I had died. I am not dead.
No.
As you can
Instead, we just escaped the eclectic place.
Okay,
so
yes. But we'll talk about that. Yeah. The other thing is that we're going to talk a little bit about this press conference that we went to with the mayor of Athens, and also what it's like to be here now in late spring in Athens. And we have secrets and we have your letters.
Yes.
So let's just get started.
Let's just jump into it,
guys. We can make sure that you're dead or that we kill you.
You could kill me after.
But before we start, I need to thank the sponsor of today's podcast, myself. I'm paying for this all myself.
Yeah, we have no sponsor.
No sponsor.
I don't think anyone's crazy enough to sponsor this podcast.
Oh, no. Definitely not with Dustin here.
I would like Aaron to tell the story about how we arrived. We got off a really great Turkish Airlines flight, arrived in Athens, and we had a rental that had advertised itself, great pictures, central location in Athens, and it said it was a little bit eclectic. What did we find?
Well, it's fascinating because after looking through VRBO and Airbnb and all of the different services for finding vacation rentals, this was one of the top-rated rentals in all of Athens, which I thought was extremely shocking because once we arrived, there was some homeless guy out in the front yelling, and the first thing that came out of the person's mouth, the person who was actually showing us the apartment, was, "If you decide to stay." It was like, it was not a question that you didn't like the apartment. It was like, if this is bearable, then He knew that this was a bad apartment. Yeah. It was up 4 or 5 flights of stairs, and there was no light, so you kept tripping over the stairs. And you finally got into the apartment. The kitchen was inside a closet. Literally, it was in a closet.
I should talk about that one bathroom in the living area. It looks like a dresser with a mirror. And for the first 10 minutes of us being in there, I actually thought it was just a randomly placed dresser. And then I pulled on it and I found out that it was a door to a restroom. Yeah. And it was a full bathroom. It had a shower and a toilet, and it was covered up by a dresser.
It was really weird. I remember getting up the next morning and someone downstairs was smoking and the ventilation was really bad. So I just inhaled a lungful of smoky air and I thought, oh, you were supposed to be here for an entire month And I thought, this is probably not going to happen. So I sent a really nice note to the vacation rental manager, and I said, there's some things in here that I'm very concerned about. And they said, well, we're sorry, we can't help you. And then finally I said, I'd really like to see if maybe we could get a refund or get moved to a different apartment. And they immediately refunded us. They knew that this place was terrible. I mean, there were people outside the apartment building screaming at 3 a.m. It was really, and I feared for my life every time I left that place.
But it was a little bit too sudden, and we kind of scrambled there for a bit. We didn't know where we were going to go next, but then the Lighthouse.
Yeah, tell me about the Lighthouse.
Like the hotel itself or how we got there?
Well, I can tell you how we got there. We had a friend working for the city of Athens who said, I have a connection. There's a new hotel that just opened up. We would love for you to go and see it. And so we ended up being able to get a room for 3 nights at the Lighthouse. And that's when Dustin joined us too.
Yes.
And so I'll let you pick it up from there. What did you like about the food, Dustin?
I'm like so hungry right now. What did I like about the food? I liked how it was.
Well, tell me what they were serving. It was you came for breakfast. Yeah. So they had a pretty good spread there, and
they had bacon, but it was, I know I'm talking amongst vegans here. I don't know if I disclose this, but it's such good bacon. And they had bacon, they had eggs, they had, what else? They had spinach, they had the shashuka, and they had the little chopped up spinach, and they had mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms.
I had that too. That was really good.
Delicious.
Yeah.
That was so good.
And the chef, you seemed to get along well with the chef.
Yeah, the chef was nice. Yeah, I always would come around and say, how are you doing? And is this food good? And he would kind of guide me around and say, oh, hey, check this out. Check out this dish, that dish. But yeah, those are the things.
I love staying in brand new hotels because everything is new. The beds are new and the furniture is new and everything like that. But I had a chance to talk to the director of sales, and she told me that it's an old theater actually, and they had it sat vacant on Ammonia Square for 30 years, that building, and no one had been using it, and they finally took it and gutted it and turned it into a hotel. It's really neat. I love, because that whole area there it's only about a block away from where we were staying, and that area was very bad. But once you go to Ammonia Square, that Ammonia Square has that fountain on it, and it's pretty close to the Acropolis. Anyway, it starts getting really nice, and this hotel I thought was really nice.
Yeah. And also you got that huge bakery that we literally went to every single day.
Benneth.
1948.
What was it called?
Established 1948.
What was it called there?
Benneth.
1940. Okay. Very old, I guess. But they had incredible pizza. Like, we just asked them randomly for a vegan pizza. First of all, one good thing that they did is they did not make fun of us for asking for no cheese. That's something that's very hard to find. But also, they made a really great pizza. Very well seasoned.
By the end, they practically knew you by name because you had come in so many times.
And they gave us free bread too. Like, that's how you get returning customers. And the desserts were amazing, and the potato, like croissant type things, but they were vegan too. They had like a puff pastry type thing with a lot of potatoes on the inside, but no butter, which was very nice.
We only had 3 days there, and by the end of day 1, I was starting to panic because we did not know where we were going to go. So along comes Blue Ground, which is a new company, and they actually started in Athens, and we looked far and wide to find another rental, and we couldn't. But Blue Ground, which caters mostly to business travelers, it actually had places that were very reasonably priced. I'm talking about and right now the dollar and the euro are at parity almost, which means that $1 is equal to €1. So we're talking about just over $1,000 for an entire month in Athens, which is a really good price. So we ended up getting 2 apartments in Athens from Blue Ground, and we are sitting in one of them, the one that Dustin and Aiden are in. What do you guys think of where we are right now?
Oh, the area is quite nice.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, very nice walking area. The apartment itself looks quite nice. It actually looks a lot like our place in Long Beach that we had. But of course, the area is a lot better than Long Beach.
Yes.
Actually, when we came here,
clean.
The people here don't take too kindly to rentals.
They don't like Airbnb. Yeah. I walk past. They do a lot of graffiti here. Greeks love graffiti. F Airbnb is commonly seen. They do not like Airbnb.
So they don't like Airbnb. And when we came down there to get in, we actually asked a guy who was just walking in the building because we had no idea how to get our keys. we just didn't read enough, so we were kind of stupid.
Can't read Greek, right?
But the first thing he asked us is, "How long are you staying here?" Eventually, we read into the fine print and paid attention. And we got the key, we got up here, and we're all good. Now we're in this nice apartment in a good area. And we can get pizza every night, it's real good.
Well, what I like about these apartments is that everything that you need is here. They really did think of everything. Right down to the Wi-Fi password on here.
Wi-Fi password is very easy.
That's the thing, is that people will check into a rental and go, "Where's the Wi-Fi password?" And then you got to look on the back and read, it's tiny print, and you take a picture and you try to make it big.
They left us bottles of water in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that's
fridge.
nice. That's how you know it's fancy.
Yeah.
Mineral water.
Question for you, Dustin. As an artist,
oh no,
do you find this area to be inspiring?
I do very much so. The inspiration is also, not only does Greece have this blue skies and the sun is always out, so your mood, it lifts your mood, which is inspirational in some ways. But the other one is the graffiti. Actually, even though there is a lot of unfortunate graffiti, if you can call it that, but then there's good art, and you see it on the street, and you see street artists and what they do, and so yeah, it's I think I would say that is one thing that's inspiring. But of course, this is Athens, and there's tons of museums, and this is a rich history of art and art history and architecture. So yes, this place is extremely inspirational for the artists who are listening.
Mm-hmm. I'm inspired too by it. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, this place, compared to the last apartment, it's so bright. You have windows that just, it's so much light, and Greece at this time of year is so great. Like, we have not had a cloud in the sky for the entirety of our stay.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible. And the weather has been perfect. Like, it's not even joking. It's perfect. You go out, cool breeze, and the sun's coming down. It's truly amazing. So,
it's like Southern California, but way cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And people are nicer.
Yeah.
They are. Greeks are extremely friendly.
Yes.
And we haven't felt, like, even when they don't understand you, they kind of laugh and they gesture with their hands, and then you are made to understand.
Yeah, it's like the balcony guy.
Very friendly people.
Yes,
They are very friendly. This is the Elliott Confidential podcast. I'm Christopher Elliott. I'm joined by the rest of the Elliott clan. There's too many of us to mention on this one.
A lot of Elliots.
A lot of Elliots, yeah. We've come to the part where we tell secrets, because it is called the Elliott Confidential podcast. So I have a secret that I want to tell you guys, and that is we looked for vacation rentals, and we spent probably 6 or 7 hours between all of us looking for vacation rentals. They're really expensive here. And my advice is to look beyond the traditional vacation rental websites. Look at places like Blue Ground, because they sometimes will have places that are available for the entire month for what it would cost you, for less than what it would cost you to get a rental for 1 week, and it's nicer too. Mm-hmm. So think outside the Airbnb VRBO box. Especially this summer when all vacation rentals are going to be full.
Yeah. Go outside of the box. Look at all the other third-party programs that you can look into, because there's probably going to be one that has the perfect option for you that isn't on any other program. And similar to that, actually, I wanted to talk about the accuracy of Google in other countries. Here's a little secret for all the listeners about Google, specifically relating to restaurants in different countries. Here in Greece in particular, but this also kind of applied to Istanbul, South Africa, and the other countries, UAE too. And that's that it is not nearly as accurate as the US, because Google's from the US, obviously they're going to be the most accurate there. But here, there are so many great restaurants that are just not on Google. Yes. Right outside of our place.
And grocery stores too.
And grocery stores too. But right outside of our place, there's this really great bao joint that Dustin went to. He really liked it. I didn't like it because the vegan options there tasted terrible, but the meat options tasted amazing apparently. But they were not on Google. We just randomly passed by it as we were walking around in the streets, and we went there, had a great experience, went back, not on Google. You can't find it there. So the secret today for me is to look around and explore the city to find some good meal options. Don't just rely on Google, because maybe the country you're in, Google's not as accurate.
Yeah, don't be afraid to just walk in a place.
Yeah, exactly.
Just walk in and see beyond the Google sphere.
Yeah.
Just go and explore and take a dare. Take a risk and walk into a place instead of being like, oh, I have to see it on a screen first.
Ask the
or
guy
I need to
at the
research
counter
it first.
If it's not on Google, it doesn't exist,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
A little spontaneity is good for the traveler and for the soul. I would say there's certain gestures in Athens that hand gestures. You have to be careful with hand gestures. Apparently in Athens.
I warned you.
So when you're talking or when you do certain things, just be aware that they mean different things to Athenians.
Oh boy!
And so that's one thing. So there are certain gestures. That's one of them.
Oh, really?
When we were at
I got a gesture for you right here.
Yeah, and the other one is what is it? Open hand.
It's like the very tightened hand. So I remember this
Exactly.
situation where we were walking in the streets and there was a homeless guy begging on the streets, and he was begging in Greek, and he said no thank you, and you had your hands very tightly in a plank form, and you were pointing at him, and I told you, Dustin, that's the middle finger here.
Exactly, it's showing the bottom of your palm.
This is the middle finger.
Showing the palm. Palm forward apparently is so don't. There's certain little things like that.
Okay. You were telling this homeless guy to F off.
Yeah. I lived in Southern California for a long time, for almost 20 years. So, we have this love towards homeless people that, so everywhere I go, I have to show it to everybody.
Warm feelings.
Mm-hmm. Warm feelings.
Yeah. Aaron, how about you? You got any secrets that you want to share?
I would say when you go and you travel, you really have to be a good traveler, and you have to also think of yourself highly. Like, for example, when you go and you decide that you're going to get a rental for an extended period of time, a month, maybe even 2 weeks, consider yourself a business traveler. Hey, even if you're just there to do things that are fun, if you're going to be a responsible person, upgrade yourself to business traveler.
Yeah.
You're going to get better prices, you're going to be treated better, and also you're not going to be grouped in with all of the other travelers that come to a country,
Tourists.
get really drunk, and then make everyone else miserable
for 2 days.
For 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't want that. Airbnb, for example, here is really heavily stigmatized. If someone says, "Are you an Airbnb?" they're basically asking you, "Are you an irresponsible drunkard that's going to make lots of noise for the next couple of days?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you really do not want to group yourself in with that. If you're a good person that is responsible, do not say that you're a leisure travel. You are a business travel. Yeah. You're welcome.
That's a good one, yeah. I would say never admit that you're staying at an Airbnb. I like Airbnb as a platform, and the new site they just introduced a new site yesterday. It's really nice, but never tell someone that you're staying in an Airbnb. Never, because that immediately labels you as a tourist and all the bad tourist. Bad tourist. All the bad things that come with it. We are now at the last and probably my most favorite part, which is your comments. Last week we had Kathy, who said that she wanted to hear more about Ephesus and less banter. Oh no. No more banter. Say it ain't so, Kathy.
Wait. This is our Turkey video?
That's our Turkey, not our Turkey video, our Turkey podcast.
Podcast. Yeah. Because I'm like, no. Banter is what makes a video a video. If you don't have banter, you don't have a video.
Do you guys think we're bantering too much in this podcast?
No. People subscribe to channels, to podcasts, to video channels, really. Because they like the banter, they like the interaction, the chemistry between people, the way that they talk to each other. It's like looking in on someone's life, and adding that to doing something interesting makes it better. But without the banter, you have nothing. The banter is the center, the things that go along.
See, I get the sense that Aaron is not really that much of a bantering person. You like to banter a lot, and
the things.
And there's some commentators or commenters that want you to kind of get to the point.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. The banter is at the center, and what happens all around you is what makes the video stand out.
Lewis said, yes, we had talked a lot about simit, which is a Turkish bread. It's delicious. He said, the simit was a special treat, but did you also try the kunifi while you were there? Now, that's something to write home about. Mm. Did we have kunifi? Did you have kunifi when you were there?
I don't know what kunifi is.
Kunifi. I don't know.
Ask me that again.
Kunifi.
Ask me that again.
Did you have any kunifi?
No.
Okay. All right. You've just wasted another half an hour of your time to quote Click and Clack, the Tappet brothers. And we're glad that you were with us. Yes. We really are. And we can't wait to tell you more about Athens next week. So thanks for joining us. And bye. And enjoy the week.
Yeah, well, with everything we're going to have to cut out from Dustin, it's probably going to end up being like 10 minutes.
It's going to be like a 5-minute podcast with everything from Dustin.
It's just Dad's speech.
I should say that Dustin said some things that we can't include in the podcast. So
if you ever hear us cut and then some little geeky banter in the background,
I'm a free spirit.
We had to shorten it.
It means we just cut out something that was really funny, but we cannot publish.
Okay, especially all the obscenities.
Oh my God!
Thanks, guys. That's it.
Okay. Love you.
Bye.
Love you. Goodbye.